Hey everybody, welcome back to Wildcat Guitars, Season 2, continuing of Favorite Guitar in the Shop. Alex is busy in the back today, so he called Shad and I to come out, and
Hello.
we're gonna pair up today, and we're bringing to you Gretsch today. For me personally, as a brand, happens to be one of my favorite brands in-house. I personally don't think that you get, or I should say, with Gretsch, you get so much bang for the buck. In my opinion, there isn't anything else out in this price range that gives you the quality, the playability, the gigability that Gretsch gives you. I think that, anything on this table, any of the Chinese-made or Indonesian Electromatic series, you could literally grab anything off of this table, throw it in your gig bag, run out the door, get in your car, go straight to your gig, and you're going to be good all night long. It's just absolutely killer stuff. I'm going to kind of work down the line from here. I'm going to start with this Jet. This has always been one of my favorites. No offense to the LP, if you will, but for me, I really, really dig the Jet. Maybe that's because I always loved that black Jet that David Gilmour used when he wasn't playing his Strats. Especially in the later years, he seemed to use that guitar more, and I really loved the tone that he got out of that thing. Carved top, mahogany body and neck, and there's just I'm not necessarily a guy that loves the heavy bling, but there's an elegance to me that the Gretsch stuff gives you that's just, it's just undeniably beautiful and never over the top, really. This particular one has a Filtertron style in it, which just adds to the tone. Great Bigsby trim. I mean, it just, again, right out of the bag, totally giggable all night. And actually, pretty wearable weight for a carved top, single cut guitar. Next one would be this Penguin. The Penguin is my favorite of the single cut bodies. It's the perfect size. It's the perfect shape. Obviously, this one is just absolutely gorgeous, over the top. Beautiful quilt top with the gold hardware. Again, so many guitars, all of this could seem so blingy and out of place, and yet on a Gretsch, if you're a Gretsch fan, you almost expect it. So just an incredibly beautiful piece. I absolutely love the Penguins, always have. But ultimately, my favorite in the, what I would call semi-hollow 335-ish world. So this is the G5622, but this one more specifically is their limited pristine. Normally a 5622 is going to come with the Filtertron style. This particular run of these has the P90s in it. Limited colors. This is actually a metallic pearl vintage white. Gold hardware. Fully bound. So sapele back and sides. Just beautiful grain, great color. I mean, all that nice, rich brown, super straight grain, and then just get that classic cream binding. I mean, it's just an absolutely elegant look. And, I mean, I got to hand it to him. To do the gold guard, that's very much a Gretsch thing, right? On top of the gold hardware, to do the cream tops on the P90s, or I should say the white tops to match the top itself, matching headstock. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. But beyond the aesthetics of it, I've plugged this guitar in several times since we've had it. And like I was saying back when we did the Valkenburg about that telly, man, if I had to walk in here and somebody said, we really need you to come tonight with a really good semi-hollow tone, I wouldn't even have to question it. I would go right to the Gretsch wall, grab this one, throw it in the case, and be out the door. So just absolutely beautiful. So.
All right, great points, Mikki. All of them. Amazing guitars you picked out. So I'm going to do these three. This one here is kind of a limited edition. This is the Jay Gorley signature. He is the guitarist for Portugal the Man. Yes, why couldn't I think of that? And it's got some really cool artwork here that was done by Cleon Peterson, a famous artist. Really cool stuff. And it's hard to see in this one, but there's almost a rainbow sort of sparkle in the finish of this guitar. Very beautiful, and as you can see, it's got the awesome silver sparkle binding, locking tuners, a lot of bang for the buck. As Mikki said, these guitars, you would be hard-pressed to find an equivalent Chinese-made guitar that would stand up to these Gretsch Electromatics and the import line of these guitars. They are just fantastic. Second of all, I picked this one. I've always been a huge Brian Setzer fan. Obviously, this is sort of a spin on a 6120. This is the 5655T, but it's got a beautiful quilt top, back, sides, and the body size is a little smaller. In the past, I've owned the 6120 Junior, which is about this size. And it's, although I love a full-size hollow body, one of my favorite guitars, I have an old White Falcon that I play from time to time that's great. But it's big. It's really large. And this is a great, as you can see, very thin body, beautiful multiply binding, which, you know, is a very nice touch at this price point. And just a great guitar. These pickups sound fantastic. Bigsby, which is, you know, obviously if you're going to have a Gretsch, Bigsby is about as classic as it gets. And this is a great guitar. This would be a fun guitar to use for, yeah, those semi-hollow Gretschy kind of sounds. And if it's not something you do all the time, this is a great way to have that sound and vibe without breaking the bank. So great option here. But really, this is my favorite, and this is anybody who came up listening to any kind of grunge or was a Chris Cornell Soundgarden fan, the 89 VS, the Vintage Select, this is the guitar that I always associate him with. And this is just a super classic. This is about as classic Gretsch as you get. A Black Jet, just everything you want. The hump block inlays, the horseshoe. This is the vintage style, like 80s era headstock, which is super, super cool. I mean, just that piano black with that white binding, it's about as classic as it gets. And this one, of course, made in Japan. And this is a fantastic guitar, just super cool. This is like alternative rock royalty right here. So that's my pick, my favorite of the Gretsch line, but you really couldn't go wrong with any of these guitars. They're just a fantastic value, whether you're looking at the Japanese guitars, which are a little more expensive, but still a tremendous value, and then the import guitars, which are, as Mikki said, hard to beat. I really don't know.
Killer.
I can't really think of any other companies building guitars that would be superior in any way to these. These are fantastic guitars.
Yeah, they really are in a class of their own when you consider the style that Gretsch has always done, the quality that they're able to build at the price point. If that's the style of guitar you're looking for, I'm just going to argue that there's really nothing else out there that matches that. Without spending a lot more money for something, you know, super custom shop or whatever.
Right.
But, you know, again, just out of the boxes, out of the bags, as we get these things in, we go through them, we put them on the wall. There just isn't a single Gretsch on that wall that I couldn't go gig with in the next 10 minutes. So just killer. Anyway, thanks for checking in with us. We really appreciate you following along. Stay tuned. for the next guitar in the shop. Don't know who it's going to be, but
could be anybody.
We'll
but
figure
as
that
always,
out.
if you have any questions about anything we've shown, if you want more information about any of these guitars or anything else we have, feel free to reach out to Mikki, myself, Alex, anybody here on the team will be happy to help you. And we can get you whatever you need and get you whatever information.
Yeah, give us a call, shoot us an email, hit us up on Instagram, whatever, Wildcat Guitars. We'll see you soon.